Hello.
Doing again. So I'm going to pull up my information that is accessible to me in this little computing box beside me.
I also have a computing box beside me.
So there we go. We'll
What a week. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What a week.
Yes, it has been quite the week. I've had an interesting last few weeks since I have been home from furry migration. It has just been hit after hit.
It has. It has. It has been a lucky couple of weeks for you. There have been some ups and downs,
I mean, yeah.
sidewayses, diagonals.
Mm, all right. So let's see. That was last time. Let's look what we're going.
It's green this week.
Yes, I am there. That's cool. Okay. So, for anybody who has not been here before, we are the Moms of Furries, and
I'm Terry.
I'm Joelle. Hi.
Welcome to our stream. If you're not watching live and you're watching back later, thanks for stopping by. If you're new, we support the furry fandom,
Yeah.
kids and adults, and everyone in between.
Yep. We've been doing this since January
2018.
20, and yeah. So if you have questions about the fandom and if you're curious, anything, just reach out as long as it's respectful. If it's not,
Yep, that's what we
ignore
like to
you.
say. If you have genuine curiosity, we are happy to help in some way. That is, we're proud to be a part of this fandom, and we are happy to be here. And we were just guest of honor at Furry Migration. It was amazing. That was in Minneapolis.
Yes, it was amazing. And then our next convention is in Seattle, as we pronounce it. Not we, I do now by coercion. Um, anyway, and so that will be right at the new year. So that's cool.
Yes, I still need to get the other half of my ticket.
Or you could just stay forever.
Well, I only have the ride going home, so
Oh, that's weird.
that could be problematic.
You should probably make your way to Seattle. So anyway, that's
Probably.
and I really, really like it. Actually, um, I have been talking to people who know me in my personal space that might try to get to Seattle and check out Anthro Northwest because I always talk about how amazing our Young Free Chill space is there. So
Our Young Free Chill space is amazing in Seattle. And you know, we have so many people because we've been going to Anthro Northwest for so many years.
yeah,
We see a lot of the same people over and over and over again, the same parents, the same kids, some of whom, as you know, are not even kids anymore.
right. And I mean, and it seems like we're adding so many every year. But that is definitely one of our conventions that we will have standing room only at times. Now, there are times that we have lulls in the activity when, like during the dance comp, but sometimes it's busy there because we will stream it. So, hello everyone who's joining.
Hello, hello.
Um,
Well, I mean, even the grand ballroom is empty sometimes because
right.
there aren't any activities going on.
It's quite active, and we always have when we close down, we do a break in the day. And we always have people waiting outside the door, waiting for us to open back up. So it's
And
really,
we love that. That makes us really happy to know that it is of value to people, and we love seeing their smiling faces and seeing that the artwork that they create and hearing the games. I love hearing the Jenga fall. Love it.
yeah. Oh, I do too, and it's always great. Oh, hi. So someone wants to know what we're doing and that they're new, and one person's from the Philippines. So welcome everyone.
Welcome. These are new names. So first of all, hi and welcome.
Yes. And we are the Moms of Furries. So we are actually the organization, but we support young members and their loved ones in the furry fandom, but we also support the fandom as a whole. We have activities and provide information, just it's kind of what we do. And then we stream every week. We try to. Um, to just talk. Oh, thank you. Um,
Thanks.
so, yep, we just talk to people who are curious about the fandom, or this sometimes is a place for us to connect with people that we've met in the world, that we maybe can't talk to or connect with on a regular basis. So we just try to stream once in a while to see how everyone's doing and, you know, get some info
So,
there.
oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, you're fine.
I
Um,
mean, thank you for understanding. I was going to just talk about one of the things, if you are new to furry fandom or new to the moms of furries, tonight we're going to be talking about fursuits. We're going to do sort of a deep dive into um, the different types of suits and how you might acquire one if you're interested in doing that. So, first off, let's talk about the basics of a suit. So, you can have a full suit. And what is that, Joelle?
well, let's start before that. A suit is the costume, and it
Mm-hmm.
be your like commission or design for your persona, or it could be a pre-made. So
Right. Those are our
yeah.
next bullets.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm jumped ahead then. So okay, yeah. So a full suit is if you've seen furries that have the head and the body, hands, paws, the whole thing. That's a full suit. And then we have and then we have all kinds of them. So we have partials, which would be typically a head, paws, tail. Um, there are, I think there's like, isn't there something a 3/4 something where it's just the head and the hand paws?
Yeah, and I would say you're in a full
Okay,
suit if none of you has any human, like nothing's visible. Anything else is really a partial. So a partial
right,
could be just the head. Some people just wear
right,
paws,
right. Or
ears.
ears and a
I
tail,
happen to know a couple of people um, who just wear ears.
right. And so it's fine. Any engagements, I would just, as long as it's not terrible, whatever. Anyway, sorry about that.
I'm preemptive.
Anyway, so there, yes, and there are different types of suits. There are digigrade, plantigrade, quad suits. Like there, you could just talk about the types all day.
Absolutely. And then you could be poodling, which is one of the favorite things that I like to talk about. Where so you would be wearing maybe a fursuit head and hand paws, but a short sleeve T-shirt. So all of this like human arm is exposed. That's pretty cool. So there's mixed bag on that one.
Right, right. People have different opinions. um,
We of course think anything is valid as long as you're expressing yourself and having fun. Go for it.
and no one's getting hurt, and you're having a good time. That's yeah. I think we've seen so many impressive suits over the years. Um, it's very, very cool to see all of the and just the design, the originality, because one main difference between cosplay and the furry fandom is that the fursuits and personas are original characters, and so cosplay, you're dressing up to represent an already create a character, and
So that's a great segue into what we were going to talk about. So when you're talking about you want to start wearing a fursuit
mhm,
and how to jump into that, there are some options. And so if you have a fursona, if you've created original artwork, then you could commission a suit that will match your persona with all of the attributes and the personality and all of the pieces of that persona that you have chosen. So to get started on a commission, you would want to look around at artists for the type of suit that you like. Is it realistic?
right. Well, you may even first commission a rough sheet so you can have something that represents your character, your persona, that you can give to a maker once you're looking for commissions. Hello.
Howdy, howdy. So it's important to consider where you want to get started. So
Right,
you can create that persona and then look for artists that make something that's in the realm of what you like. For
right.
instance, I really like. a certain kind of suit. I like toonies, but Joelle, I think you like realistic.
Mm, okay.
No?
I like Toonie.
Did
You
I
like
get it back?
thick.
I did. I did say it backwards. It's late for me. It's late. But my point is, so I would look for artists that make the kind of suits that are more in line with my preferences.
Right. Like a beast cub or something like that. And then I would do more like I don't know that Lemon Brat, do they do commissions? Do they only do pre-mades now?
I don't know. I was wondering that myself because I really like the stuff that they make.
Right. Right.
But something to think about if you want to do a commission is how much is that going to cost you? And it's not just budget, but the timeline, because sometimes, there are makers where you might be waiting over a year to get that suit.
Or
So there's a
more.
lot.
There
Yep.
are up to like 3 years, and you might not even get in the commission. Like you might, depending on the maker, you might have to do a lotto.
Right, that's true. And then you have to think about shipping. If they're an overseas maker, there could be implications there as well. So there's a lot that goes into it. But if your persona is very important too, that you want to see that come to life, then a commission is probably where you want to go. Then you can look at pre-mades, like you just mentioned with Lemon Brat. They have an inventory of things that they've created, and you can adopt that, and then you have options if you want to modify.
Well, and then there's also another thing that you could do if you don't have a persona, or you don't really know, or you don't want to, you're not ready to commission, or I think it is, nephew, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it called the Dealer's Den online, where they're it's like a pre-owned suits. I think they may do new as well, but that's a place like an online marketplace if you want to look there for some pre-owns as well.
So some of the pros and cons for that is if you get a pre-made, then you can sort of create your character around that, and you can plus it up, and that might be a way to get that not instant gratification, but move quicker into being able to suit. Even if that's something that you do between now and when you might have commissioned something. A lot of people have more than one suit and more than one persona, and
Yeah.
they can switch their characters. So that might be something you want to do. And it's yours. Now, if you buy a used suit, there are some pros and cons to that. So, pro is again that instant gratification. You can jump in and start suiting right away. It might be somebody that's more nearby. It might be a character that you've appreciated, that you've seen in the fandom, and you would like to take that on. Some of the negatives would be they've already built a character around that. They might already have their following, and yours might be slightly different, or your goals might be slightly different with that fursuiting adventure. Also, an older suit might need more maintenance. It might have different cleaning needs because the fur's been worn several times. It might have been laundered several times, so the seams might have a little more wear and tear. So that's something to think about too. But you might get a bargain, and if you're handy, fixing up a used suit may be the way to go.
Well, and you could, if you adopt the suit but not take the actual character, the actual persona, then you could make modifications on the suit and create it and make it into a new character or persona.
And some sellers require that. They might say like you can't have the character, but you can have the suit,
Right.
um,
That's very
or
specific.
they might modify it before sale.
Yeah. 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 And then there are some species that, well, you can make anywhere, but they were created by one maker. And so, like the ideal, like greatest thing in the world would be to have that maker create a suit. For instance, Dad's Dutch Angel Dragons. If you could have Sky Pro create a Dutch Angel Dragon for you, that would be like the end all be all. If you like Dutch Angel Dragons.
It would be the be all end all for me if
Yeah.
I could commission a suit from them. It would not be a Dutch Angel Dragon, not because I don't love them, but
But
I'm just a different sort of dragon.
Well, and they are just amazing. But there's one thing that we've not talked about, and that is making your own suit.
Right.
And so we've watched first time makers create suits that are almost indistinguishable between the first time and the 10th suit. Like, there are some really talented people, and but don't let that intimidate you, because we have some others that are starter suits, and anything you create is yours. So don't be afraid to try. If you can't afford to commission or go to a maker, making your own thing is very valuable. So it's a valuable experience, I think.
Actually, our friend who's joining the stream tonight actually did that. Had a new maker do their suit and got a great suit and didn't have to wait as long
Right.
because they didn't have that big queue built up that they had to wait for. And it's a fantastic looking suit. Can't wait to see it in person.
Well, and that is actually what happened. My oldest, not my oldest child, but my oldest in the fandom, their suit was from a new maker, and it's a beautiful suit. But once again, to your point, didn't have to wait. It was a little less costly. So
Yeah, and one of the great things about being your own maker, I'll say, and you just mentioned making your own suit, is that you can evolve with your character. So your persona, as it changes, you can edit it as your skill increases. You can change things. You can make it your own, and that's pretty cool. We have seen some really nice stuff. One of our friends that we met early on. I just happened to be using my Fat Tuesday cup that I got in Reno at Big Sulphur Con.
I just had at dinner, I had my further confusion glass tumbler, my glass.
Oh, do you know one of my other favorites is the Free Weekend Atlanta? You know the what's it called? It's like
Oh,
made of silicone.
right. And it's like the tie dye, like,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah. A something I don't know. My sister told me what it's called, where it's like a
yeah,
it's a glass, but anyway, yeah. So some of my favorite cups, but yeah, it just happened to be this one. Great, a Fat Tuesday cup.
yes,
I think we had Margs in these giant. No, no. Was this? Was it Mar? Yeah, it was Margs.
yeah.
That was a good time.
It was a nice one. Um,
So, however you come upon your suit, you can always modify
or
it. You can always evolve with it. And you could be at a convention and shop in the dealer's den and just see a suit that calls to you. And that has happened to us a couple of times.
I was going to say that too. I'm glad you brought that up, because I thought about it and I wanted to make sure we talked about it. Yes, you may not be, it may not have anything to do with a persona you've created, or you may not have like considered having a persona. And then you walk through and you see, and it's like, oh, I know that, I know what name, I know the personality. Like, I'm being called to that. Yeah. So
Hmm, hmm.
someone asked if we are furries. Actually, two people asked if we're furries. So we are the moms of furries. We are part of, there are a lot of great premeets. We are part of the fandom. We did not come into the fandom as furries. Our children, actually, we had teenagers years and years ago. Um, they were interested in the fandom, and we decided that we would take a chance and take them to their first con. And we saw that there were a lot of parents mainly, but just were unsure about taking their kids to something like that. And we had such a great time and such a great experience that we created the Moms of Furries. So Carrie and I, now we've been doing this since January of 2018, and we support the fandom. We've been all over the world. Now we are part of conferences. We go to conventions. We create spaces for youth and their families to have activities and kind of meet other young members of the fandom. So technically, I guess, yeah, we are furry now because we've been involved in the fandom, but we did not come into it the traditional route.
I think we've typically said that we're furry adjacent
Right.
because so many of the people that we love and value as friends and family are furries.
Mhm.
Um, But I don't know, I feel like I'm getting closer. I really
Well,
know.
I don't know. I talk about it because, me, I've always loved animals. Every year growing up, every year I look back, I was a cat or a tiger. I was some sort of animal for Halloween. And I enjoy like the performance art of it. So I'm going to say I probably am. But once again, we didn't come into the fandom that way. We came in supporting our kids, and so now we support other families and other young furries, and people who are curious. We tend to be maybe a little less intimidating for people to ask questions. So we have a lot of people that reach out to us. Our website is mofurries.com. And seriously, if you just are curious or have a question, be respectful. Once again, we're just going to delete any like rude thing, um, but we are open to conversation. And so if you have
I think, yeah, so we definitely give mom vibe.
a
And, I'm proud to say that I think that we really give unconditional mom support
yeah,
without judgment. And we love to have the conversation. So if you have questions, if you're watching back this stream and you're not watching it live and you have questions, reach out, ask. We're happy to talk with you about the furry fandom and any questions that you may have. Um, as to what you may have heard, because there's a lot of stories out there that may not necessarily be accurate. So we're always happy to have dialogue around it, that, like Joelle said, is respectful. But I will say, so getting back to seeing pre-mades at cons, there's still one all the way
I
from
know what it is. It's Levi. It's
Levi's so
I.
cute.
You didn't even have. As soon as you said pre-made and that we connect, I knew who you were talking about. And Levi is adorable. So here's the story. We were at a convention and there was a pre-made. Levi is a lemon brat, I believe. And I have hold on.
Oh, she really froze.
I did. Okay. Um, Sorry about that. I had to go and check. I was getting messages and
Oh,
unusual from unusual people, so
okay.
it's fine. Anyway, so
Levi.
we were at we were at a convention and we
Do you
were
remember which one?
yeah, it was further confusion. I have
Yeah.
by skipping down the road with someone else, one of our adopted fur kids. Actually, so Carrie was just like immediately attracted like to this pre-made. It was so cute. And we were not neither of us were in the position to purchase one, but you really considered Levi.
If I had to do over again, I would have snatched that thing.
But later, so our kids were there at that one, and later in the convention, their friend that is a best friend at this point, but still, but it was someone that they met through the fandom, and they had reunited at that convention, and they were having a good time, and they walked through the dealer's den and bought Levi. So,
and brought Levi
uh,
to life. And Levi is adorable. And I'll always be jealous. But if I ever saw another suit like that, I think that I would do it.
me, nope, don't come in here. I'm screaming. I, dogs barking and kids walking around. A guinea pig who needs water. He needs a water refill, and he conned me out of a treat. He gets one a day, and he squeaked and conned me out of a second one
That
because
happens sometimes. I have a fat little brown dog over here. He's digging. It's past his bedtime. He needs to get all tucked.
oh gosh, it is getting late for you.
It
No,
is. It
that's
is.
late. We typically stream on Wednesdays, or we try to, but we weren't able to yesterday. So we wanted to at least make have some presence this week. So we decided,
One of us forgot yesterday. It was
and
me.
one of us was running late today. So it's just kind of been a week.
That's okay. I was watching Big Brother, so I'm a Big Brother watcher. I don't know if anybody else watches
You
Big Brother.
always watch that show, haven't you?
I have never missed an episode of Big Brother, not even ever. And I was watching it. So this season, I've been watching it with my youngest, which has been super cool. So we sit and armchair quarterback it and we really talk it through. And it has been super duper fun. And there's only two more episodes left of this season.
All I know about it is that people live in a house together.
There you go. You know everything. It's
Oh,
just like Survivor, but they have all the creature comforts.
I don't watch Survivor either. And I don't, yeah, I don't. I think the only reality show we watch is Amazing Race.
So that is the one. Oh, yeah. Why didn't we mod you? I
Oh,
thought we did.
because we are Flibberty Gibbets.
Okay, hold on. Wait.
Let's see
Oh,
if
you know why? Because I don't know how.
I was waiting.
I know how to put people in timeout real good. Joel can
Yeah,
do it.
I put you as a managing moderator as well because you have that rank with
He
us.
should have all the power.
Yeah, you are now.
Do you watch Big Brother? Does anybody watch Big Brother? So I don't watch Amazing Race. I have watched an episode here or there. I've probably watched one whole season now and then.
We have watched every season since the beginning.
See, I'm a
We,
competing priorities.
we love that you listen to us. For those of you new to Moms of
This
Furries,
is why you're our favorite.
we have we sometimes have discussions about how to better present information. And instead of saying you're busy, you should
So
say
overused.
that you have a high volume of competing priorities. Because not only is it true, but it does sound elevated.
It really does. So I think we're probably going to wrap up pretty soon. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to stream next week. I really want to. I'm going to Philly and Delaware next
Oh, yeah,
week.
I'm going nowhere. So I think, and
I wish you were going to Philly and Delaware next week.
I know, yeah, I was going to go to Alexandria, Virginia, like a couple weeks after, but I have canceled that. So,
Did you officially cancel?
yeah, and then, yeah, they were fine with it. I'll just do it in the spring next year, whatever.
Ah.
Yes, it happens. I'm just too busy.
No, no, you just have a high volume of competing priorities.
I have an extremely high volume of competing priorities at this time.
Well, I'm hoping that in the spring I can finally actually go with you because I would love to go to Virginia and I am fond of you this
Well, I
much.
would love for you to go. It's a good time. I'm busy like throughout the day, but you will definitely entertain yourself and then we can go explore in the evenings.
I feel like I could probably find enough to keep me busy.
I think so. And yeah, I think I'll be busy until the end of the year now, more so than I thought now.
Yes, you will.
And then we walk right into Enter Northwest. So I hope, hi, Calvin.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
we'll talk.
I
We'll talk about that because yeah, hope maybe I can help. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I can help.
it's yeah, we'll see. It's fine. The biggest thing is I need to go find all where all of my supplies, this West Coast supplies reside. They might be here, they might be across the state. Who knows where they are?
We need to get our supplies in order actually because this is a very high volume
Mom's a
convention. So we need to have a lot of our supplies. We probably need to put our wish list out there and do a bit of asking for people to help us.
yeah.
Yes, we are the Moms of Furries. I'm Carrie,
I'm Joelle.
and we are part of the fandom. Are you a furry? Do you have questions? Are you just stopping by? Welcome. We're actually wrapping up this
We are kind of,
stream.
but we have explained who we are a couple times because we've had a couple new people. So yeah, if you want to go back in the stream a little bit, you'll hear what we do and how you can reach out if you have questions or if you're just curious. But yeah, I think that we need foil backgrounds. Everybody loves the foil backgrounds.
I know, but we have a lot of other backgrounds.
There, hmm I hear you. We also have a bajillion other things. So foil backgrounds,
Fine.
where
I know the foil backgrounds are the coolest,
they
and but
are.
we're stocked on markers. But I think we need some more pink erasers. And actually, school started, so maybe I can just
Woo,
look for some of those.
some school back to school supplies. Yep, we are plenty. So let's go through just quickly. We have plenty of pencils and
Hmm.
plenty of colored pencils for sketching. We didn't go to Megaplex this time. We have been.
We
Um,
have been to Megaplex, and I'm hoping that we can go next year. It has been an 18 plus for some time because of
the,
just changes in the climate.
mhm.
Um, but we're hoping that it'll be all ages again soon. That is not
I,
why we haven't come, but it is part of it.
yeah, I don't think that it will actually.
Ever?
Mm-mm. Nope, I don't think. But we'll talk. That's a discussion for another time. Um, but I mean, it's possible that we could pop in. We do have friends, to your point earlier, that we knew as kids that are now adults that go and we could say hi and have maybe um, uh, Dan. No, it's actually not. That's not why. It's actually the politics of the state. So yeah, Megaplex used to be an all age con. When we went, it was an all age con.
Yeah, we saw some of the youngest little furries we've ever seen at Megaplex in the past.
Great.
Well, I mean, I don't think that's a problem with cons. I think that's great about cons. That if you want to go to a convention, you can usually find one every weekend. You just have to be willing to travel. And we'll talk about that in future. Actually, I think it's next up on our agenda. We're going to be talking about um, getting to conventions and all the logistics around that. But I think that's one of the most wonderful things. And if you are near Megaplex, if you are in Florida, I highly recommend Free Weekend Atlanta, which is
Yeah,
always Mother's Day weekend and is totally drivable if you are in or near Florida. And fantastic,
yeah, it's great.
wonderful convention.
Yep,
And we're there.
we are usually there and on the fourth floor of the Hilton. So, all
That's right. All right. Well, we
right.
should wrap it up because
Yep.
it is late for me and I got to take my puppy dog to bed.
All right. So we will see you guys next week.
Yep. Take care. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye. Probably next week. Bye.
Yeah.